sorted with, at least to a great extent, the fact that we had a very good chat with Nick, and he agreed that it was not possible for him to run for another term. However, we have a small legal problem. Yeah, and Honorable Karoli here being my senior, you can think through it, and you, even as a committee, you can put this to the elections, FKF Elections Board. It's the question of whether, if you do not qualify as a president, you can qualify as a vice president. If you have exhausted your term limit as a president, can you then run as a vice president or deputy president? In other words, let me put it in. So you will answer later, but this is my thinking. Put it in black and white. Can President deputize anybody in 2027 elections? My answer is no. And the answer, and I have, again, for the sake of the country, because I get asked this question all of, for transparency, I have had a candid discussion with Nick. I don't know where my phone is. I've had a candid discussion with, sorry, it's here. I've had a candid discussion with Nick, and I wanted to read the committee, the provisions of our constitution. Our own constitution says that the deputy president, each candidate in a presidential election shall nominate a person who is qualified for nomination for elections as a president as candidate for deputy president. You know, your qualification to become deputy president, you must have the qualification of being a president. Why is that so? Because in either case of temporary incumbency or incapacity of the president, you are the president. So if the president dies or sick or removed from office, you automatically become the president. And if that situation happens, you flaunt the two-term limit. So in essence, our constitution of Kenya, in relation to the president of Kenya and the deputy president of Kenya, provides the same. The American constitution in the 12th Amendment says, no person constitutionally ineligible to the office of the president shall be eligible to that of vice president of the United States. So since I have had this conversation with my friend Nick, and I promised it during my vetting that I was going to have this conversation, I really think it will be good for the FKF Elections Board to make it in black and white to stop people from coming to my office, because I am not running the elections. I think it's important for the committee to publicly, the Elections Board publicly pronounce itself on this issue, so that we avoid a situation where they will do this to the end, then people either go to the tribunal or to the court or petition the cabinet secretary, and we start saying, okay, the team, should the candidate in this situation be able to run? I think, should the candidate running with Nick win, we should not have a situation where we again come and say, oh, this is being disbanded, there was no proper qualification. What I would put as a proviso is that a president can run for any other seat. I think the second or the third American president, after finishing for presidency, he ran for Senate, and he served in the Senate. So if President Uhuru Kenyatta today wanted to be an MCA or a senator or a governor, he can do that. But to run for deputy president is not possible, because it is the same qualification. So if Nick still is desirous to become a committee member of FKF or Secretary General or any other position, I think this is constitutionally, this is specific to the holding office of a vice president of term limits. And I think I owe the country a proper legal advice as a lawyer, not sitting just there to look at things it is, but also to avert a crisis where we will reach on 7th of December and say that whatever. And to be very fair, so that people don't look at me as coming here to interfere with elections, Nick has served fantastic, and he deserves to want to run for any other seat except for president and vice president. If he wants to do so, he has the freedom to do so. But for him to keep with our constitution, I think it's advisable that position is cleared now. And I hope when the FKF Elections Board come here, they can clear that now, so that Kenyans do not live with that uncertainty going forward. And I'm happy that the board is being led by a professor, so it should not be very difficult for him to appreciate the legal position. Thank you, Chair.
Chair.
Maybe before we go ahead, there are a few members who entered as we are going on with our meeting. They can introduce themselves. Starting from...
Chair, thank you very much. My name is Charles Nguna.
Everyone, majamaa, endeni mtafute kura. Zinaweza kuanzisha Aisha na nyinyi mko kotini. Kuna wewe una kotini na kuonesha Aisha. Majamaa. So tumemaliza, I think I'm okay. Kila mtu ako.
We are growing as a federation. We qualified for AFCON and we have grassroots football. And FIFA has already piloted a program on grassroots. So we think that is the way to go because we really need to bring in young girls from the lower level to the top level of the elite who can be able to showcase exactly what the federation stands for in terms of leadership.
And a recreational leisure trail. Ulinzi Sports Complex will be home to various Kenya defense.
Wamejiunga nasi Mheshimiwa FCA Wachacha, Mheshimiwa Duru pia yupo uwanjani.
Nilikwambia sisi kama wajia tunafunga kazi. Hii tushamaliza. Na wakicheza tunaweza ongeza bao zingine ni vile hatutaki. Na hii ni team B. Hii ni team B. Team A inacheza kikombe pale nyumbani.
Sasa ni Lyon 02.
Tunataka iwe Lyon 04.
Ongezeni mbili. Ongezeni tu mbili peke yake.
Sawa. Wenzangu baada ya hapa tunakwenda closing ceremony nambari 1 anapewa
wengi wote hawa bana.
Kijana anajitahidi sana kwa kipa huyu. Communication yake kama ni kutoka ametoka. Vijana mwenye wingu sana kwa maana timu yake Garissa inatafuta goli. Kijana Dance the acrobat mwenyewe, the robot namba 1, tembea kwa madai, alitoka
alitoka Homa kwa mguu mpaka hapa alihuku
kilomita zaidi ya 150.
Bila shaka kumbuka mashindano haya yanapendekezwa, yani yamepewa support kubwa, yani FKF iko ndani, yani ndio kama referee
wote wanachukuliwa bana. Muhimu sana bana mtiago.
Director iko hapa, Mheshimiwa Chris Animo na kikosi chake kizima. Asante sana familia nzima ya Kamanda Nick Mwendwa na ambao wanafanikisha ndani ya Safaricom Chapadimba kona ile mwenzangu Wiki.
Na nikukumbushe tu
Wiki inakuaje Wiki? Sasa naona uko na wapambanaji
anacheza wapi hivyo wakati unapiga shughuli pale uwanjani. This is your future. Anatoka tena Onana anapiga save ya kimataifa hapa.
Siku ubaya na kile hapa.
Goma inatamatika msikilizaji. Goma inatamatika. Niko
Chapadimba. Mzee Chapadimba. Tuna Chapadimba. Cheza kama wewe.